Hello friends, I hope you guys are doing well. Alright, let's go over here. Look at the bee on the spirea. Oh my goodness, just look at that. Oh my goodness. Oh, alright, let's leave it alone. Anyways, I hope you guys are doing well, enjoying the season. It has been raining here and I'm loving it. So in today's video, I want to share with you some plants I picked up, okay, from the clearance section. I was in shock. So let me get my setup going here and then I'll get right back to you and share those beautiful plants with you. Alright friends, I was hoping the fountain wasn't too loud, so I moved over this corner here where the fish pond is. So you'll be hearing that beautiful serene noise, water fountain noise you get. But anyways, if this is your first time, I just want to give you a special welcome, and if you're coming back, as always, so grateful to have you back. Alright friends, so look what I found at the clearance section of Lowe's. I'm still in shock. Yes, I'm telling you, I've never seen a Corbel or heuchera at the clearance section. I do not remember ever seeing them, and not just one, but they had a ton of them, friends, a ton of these. I am still in shock. This one is the cherry truffles heuchera Corbel, and it was $12.98. So with the discount, I paid $7, yes, for this. All right, so I got 3 of them. And let's look at the back. It says they will get 8 to 10 inches, and they're hardy from zones 4 through 9. They're early to mid-summer blooming, and when they say blooming, friends, they're talking about those beautiful stems. I'm gonna take you over to my Corbel section and I'll show you what I'm talking about with the blooms. The blooms make great cut flowers also, but with these, friends, you get them for the foliage. And I'm planning to do a video to share with you Corbels, because if you don't have these, friends, you must get them in your garden, okay? So anyway, so this one, it says beautiful bright red heavily ruffled leaves for a low mountain habit. In summer, color mature to rich mahogany red. Light pink flowers perfect in sun or shade. So friends, I got 3 of them. 3 of them. I'm telling you, I feel like I hit the jackpot. Rarely ever. I don't remember seeing these guys on clearance, but they have a ton of them. I don't know what's going on. The only thing I could say is that they were heavily drenched in water, okay? Water. We've been having a lot of rain here, but I don't think anything was wrong with them. Look at the new growth coming on from the center here, and we had rain too, so you could imagine that. But I don't know why they're there. I told you this here, I feel like they're just putting out a lot of plants because there's an overload at the garden centers. I purchased 3, I only purchased 2. So I'll be planting these in another video with you, but come over here with me because I want to share with you my special Corbel garden. If you haven't seen this, if you haven't been following my channel, I have a special area just for them. Excuse the sun, friends. Do you see that? This is how much I love them. This entire spot I have dedicated to heuchera. Could you imagine that? Just look at that. All the way. Look at that. Excuse the sun, but I'm sure you can see I have all different kind I'm collecting in here, and I just put some irises in between just to give it some height. So let me show you the blooms. These are the blooms, okay? They make great cut flowers, and the blooms last very long on the plant and also in the vase. So if you have Corbel, don't be afraid to cut in the blooms and put them in your bouquet. And here we have this other one, and most of these are from proven winners. As I said to you, I've been collecting them. And here's this one, and the hummingbirds love these, love them. So there's different varieties, but I'm gonna do a video on these so I could go in more details with you, but I just love them. Here's another one there, another set of blooms. So that's why I got more, because I love them. I'm thinking of putting them somewhere else in the garden, so I'll be doing another video and share that with you where I'm gonna put them else in the garden. So those are our Corbels. All right, friends, and then I call this Creeping Jenny. The name is there for you, golden money wart, but I normally refer to it as Creeping Jenny. This was only $2. It's from Monrovia. It says they prefer partial sun. It's a great ground cover, and I'm in zone 6B7A, and this do return for me, and this returns for me, and I'll tell you why I said that. Friends, I purchased some last year and I left them in containers and they came back. Yeah, so that's why I got more. They're so pretty, and I'm gonna take you in the front and show you a beautiful combo I have going on with Creeping Jenny and Heuchera. But here we are. So with this, friends, it says it gets 6 inches tall and 24 inches wide. A low green plant with foliage that creeps and hangs. Fragrant flower blooms in early summer. Ideal plant in masses, containers, planters, and baskets. I did not know Creeping Jenny blooms. I did not know this gave you flowers. I can't wait to see those in the front. So I got 2 of these. I was thinking of putting them in a planter I have in the front. And then I'm sitting here thinking I could just tuck it in somewhere like that in one of these containers and it could just creep out. But let's go in the front and let me show you what I did with these last year. And as I said, they're great in pots and they do return. And I've always heard with Creeping Jenny, be careful when you put them in the ground because they're invasive. I'm not sure if that's true, but that's what I've heard. So let's go in the front and then let me show you what I did with my Creeping Jenny, and then I'll come back and show you my other great clearance deals. All right, friends, we're in the front. Sorry about the sun. Here we are. So I left these to overwinter in the pot last year. Look, and I left this with the Heuchera, and also this is a mom, and they survived the winter. They did very well in this container. I did nothing but just kept them here. So the mom is here. So this is a container that I can use spring, summer, fall, and even winter, because the Heuchera, friends, they still like this in the winter, right? It's just like your evergreen boxwoods. They still like it in the winter. They do not die back. And then the mom's great for fall, right? So this was all fall. And what I did early in summer, I just stuck a petunia in here, which I don't think I needed to, because look at that, the Heuchera is just doing its thing. But anyway, so this is the Creeping Jenny I have right here. It's just one plant I put in here, and just look at it. And then on this end, here's the other one. This I recently potted up, but this Creeping Jenny was in here with a mom. The mom I took out and I transplanted in the garden. So I just put a Heuchera here because I'm trying to stay away from too much annuals. So that's why the Heuchera just gave you color, right? The foliage and color, they're so pretty. But here is another one. This is just one plant again of the Creeping Jenny. And friends, this will be sweeping the floor. They grow very fast, and I just love the contrast. I just love this color here. So this is what I did here, and I was thinking of putting the other 2 in two other containers, but we'll see. Anyways, let's go back in the back. The sun is blazing on my face right now. All right, friends, we are back here. You know, sometimes when I get these plants, I just don't like sharing them with you. I want to show you what I actually do with them. And then, okay, let's look at this one here. Look what I found. This is a stained glass works luminous coleus. I hope I pronounced it correctly, but there it is. This is from Monrovia also, friends, and I paid $2. So I did coleus from seeds, which I always do because I don't like buying coleus because they're so easy to grow from seeds. And these are some I did from seeds. I'm waiting for them to get bigger. But this one, friends, this is so special. And it says striking display of exquisite multi-colored foliage, performs in spring weather and in the heat of summer. Bold accent for beds and containers. Oh my goodness, it will get 10 to 30 inches tall, wow, and 12 to 18 inches wide. Price for foliage, and it's hardy to 40 degrees. So friends, this prefers full sun. Normally your coleus like part shade, right? But this one likes full sun, and this is gonna get really big. So I'm gonna go find a container somewhere. I don't think I have any more containers, but I'm gonna go dig around. I don't think I do. I think I've used all, but this is gonna be in its own container. This is so pretty. Oh my goodness. So it's priced for the foliage. Yes, love it. That's why I got it. Only $2, friends. $2 for this. Alrighty, and let's go over here, friends. Look what I found. I've never seen this like this at Lowe's. Normally they come in a bigger container for like $24.99. This was part of the 2 for $10, And this I found at a different Lowe's. I keep telling you guys, shop different Lowe's, don't keep shopping the same Lowe's. And I was in shock they had this, and it's almost like it was hidden. Guess what else they had? They had lupine. I've never seen lupine in containers. Lupine like this 2 for $10 also. I didn't buy lupine because I do have lupine and they're easy to grow from seed, but I just wanted something else, so that's why I was tempted to get a lupine also, but I did not. But just a side note there for you, I'm hoping you guys find these unusual plants. And then before, we also found the echinacea that I share with you guys. Anyway, so this is the rustic rudbeckia, and it says bloom in summer. It's among them perennial, full sun. And if they don't have the 2 for $10 deal, they're $8.98. Let's see how tall this will get. Alright, so this will get 12 to 16 inches tall and wide. It's non-hardy in zones 1 to 4. So when I pick this out, I pick on with just the buds. When you're buying your plants, don't go get them when they're already fully bloomed out. Okay, just try to get the buds so that way you will enjoy the blooms, right? But look at this, look how healthy it looks. I was like in shock. I was so excited about this. Or should I say, I am so excited about this. And I got 2 of them as part of the deal. And this year, friends, I'm on a mission collecting rudbeckia. Yes, I love them so much. I just want to collect them all. Here it is. Here's this one. The bud was closed, and look at it already opening for us. Isn't that pretty? It's so different from your regular black-eyed Susan. Take a close-up of what it looks like. Look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. I'll be planting these soon. I'll probably do the video and share exactly where I'm going to put them in the garden. Telling you, I am just in luck. And this is why I keep saying to you, you can create a beautiful garden on perennials, clearance perennials, okay? You don't have to pay full price, and you don't have to spend money on annuals every year. Of course, you have to probably get some annuals. I have a couple of annuals. Look at this petunia there. I purchased, I would say maybe $20 worth of annuals this year, if that much. I really restricted myself with annuals because I've been trying to curate a garden with perennials, with seeds, clearance plant, and all that good stuff. But anyway, so look what I found on clearance. A ton of them, same thing as the corabels, okay? From Proven Winners, we have Serendipity Allium. This was $12.98. I only paid $7 for it, and here's a picture of what it will look like. And it prefers full sun to part sun. And let me digress for a second, friends. Last year, Home Depot had this maybe $30 in a bigger container, right? And I wanted to get it, but I'm like, I'm not paying $30 for that. So I was so excited when I saw it this year that I had to get. So I got 2 of these. And this is a great pollinator attractor. The bees love it. It says globe like rosy purple flowers top attractive blue foliage. When crushed, the leaves will emit a smell of onion. Easy to grow in any soil in full to part sun. Deer and rabbit resistant. So my friends, if you have issues with deer and rabbit, this is for you. This belongs to the allium onion family. Yes, I even went and I took some of the foliage and I crushed it, and it smells like onions. So if you're having issues with onions in there, get some of these and just plant a lot of them in your garden, right? Alright, so it says pair with hibiscus, phlox, Russian sage, sedum, cornflower, switchgrass. And if you look here, friends, you can see it look just like an onion, right? Look at that. If you look up here, look at that. See that? These are the buds forming. So these will give us those big purple flowers just like the alliums. But these grow different. They grow in a bunch, as you can see, not like the single stem like the alliums that I have in the front. So I'm really excited about these. I got 2 of them, right? 2 of them. So let me take you in the front and I'll show you what I'm talking about with the alliums, but they're all from the same family. Alright, friends, so this is an allium. This one is the Peruvian blue. Okay, so they're all from the same family, and you can see the foliage here looks like an onion. Alliums come in all different type, right? And then over here, this one is the Globe Master allium. Here it is, see that? And then we have, all right, the spinner circle there. And then we have another allium here. So they're all related. However, with the other ones I just shared with you, they're gonna grow in a clump with the heads coming out, not as single as these, but more like a clump. And I'm excited about that as I get, once again, do dairy resistance. If you're looking for any plants for dairy, this is really good too. Anything with alliums really good to put in your garden. And here's the white one too. And these bloom all the way into early summer, from spring all the way into early summer. All right, friends, so some of these were from the clearance section, and then these two guys were those on sale. So let me show you what I found. One random green mountain boxwood, which I didn't care. It was just random. Hopefully they put more out there, but nothing is wrong with it. Just look at that, friends, right? And this was only maybe $4, I think I paid for it. I just love boxwoods. And this one, as you can see, this one has more of the tree form. It will get, oh my goodness, it will get 4 to 5 feet tall and 2 to 3 feet wide. It's non-hardy in zones 1 through 4. I am so excited about this, friends. And with your boxwood, you could just plop them in anywhere in the garden, right? Not even in a container. You don't have to really have anywhere. Just put it anywhere. So that's why I got this. I'll find a way, somewhere to put it. And then, friends, look at these. Oh my goodness, they had a ton of these. A ton of these on the clearance. I was in shock. These are from Monrovia. These are the Silver Heart Siberian Bugloss, the Brunera. Prefer part sun to full sun. And this was only half off. And this will get 6 to 12 inches tall and 12 to 24 inches wide. It says it bloom in spring, right? But for me, friends, I just get it more for the foliage, but it gave you pretty blooms on here. Just look at that, it's so pretty. So I picked up 2, and then I thought to myself, I should get another one. I always do that, but they had a ton of them on there. And then when I went back, maybe like 2 days after, I'm telling you, they were all gone. I'm like, I couldn't believe it, but I wasn't shocked, right? Because definitely a great price. And look at the texture on here. And let me go over here to the shade garden. So last year I found one, I think it was from Proven Winners. So I'm like, oh, I need more of them. So this is the shade side of the garden, and then look at the beautiful dainty blooms on here, right? This again was from the clearance section from Lowe's last year. And I'm like, I should have got more. It's so pretty. Look at the texture, the foliage. It reminds me of a snail, right? It's definitely just beautiful here in the shade garden. Anyway, so I got 2 of them. So if I see any more, I definitely will pick up more. And then these I got for my girlfriend. She loves Gara. These were the special buy 2 for $10. So these will bloom summer and fall. And they're upright perennial. Prefers full sun. And they will get 16 to 18 inches tall and wide. They're non-hardy in zones 1 through 5. And these are really pretty. They're so whimsical. I have maybe 1, 2, maybe 3 or 4 I have in the garden. I know I have a white one in the front, and I probably have 2 or 3 pink one in the flamingo garden bed. But these are really good perennials to have. So these are for her. And she's gonna be so excited when I give them to her. And friends, look at this guy in front of us, okay? I don't know. I'm like, I should have got one. My one said one more. And I don't know what. I went back and they were gone. So all these were in the same clearance section. And they were gone. And they looked really bad, okay? They were really scorched and they just looked bad. I think they just needed some water. And it's been raining here a lot. And I'm telling you, what rainwater does to the garden is just... it's like a fertilizer, right? It's just amazing. And totally, look at this green foliage coming out here. The plant looks so good. And I said to you, I went back and they were all gone. These guys and these, they were all gone. Anyway, so you know I'm always at low, so I'll keep my eyes on the clearance section to see if I get, just need another one for the front garden. I should say the front porch, because these guys prefer part sun, so I'll put it on the front porch. And I just need one more to balance off this one. Anyway, so this I only pay half off. And this one is a California Elephant S. You know, they come in all different type, right? And this will get, oh my goodness, 3 to 4 feet tall and wide. I did not even know that. And it's non-hardy in zones 1 through 6, meaning it will not survive. I'm in zone 6B, 7A. So in my tropical plants, friends, I just take them inside. I don't take the chance. I just take them inside and store them over the winter until spring comes, because more than likely most of them, they don't survive. But look at this beauty, friends. Love this elephant ear. Look at all that. And if I want, I think I could probably get 3 from here. Do you see that? I could probably make this one and just keep these other guys as one. I probably couldn't do that, but I probably don't want to disturb it, but we'll see. If not, I'll just go back and get another one. Hopefully it's on clearance. All right, friends, and these were from the clearance section, $2. Okay, you can't beat this. I have 8 plants here for $2, just to look at that. So this is what, 25 cents a plant, I think. So these are just some petunia planters that just need some more colors. And over here, these are impatiens, $2 again, friends. Look at that, 25 cents a plant, if my math is correct. $2 for this. And I love these. Normally I get these from the roadside. The last few years I noticed it was just becoming a tradition where I pick them up from this flower tent at the roadside, and they will normally have buy one get one free. So this time I found these at Lowe's, and normally I will get the orangey color. These are the pink. So I'm gonna put these over there in the back here by the shade area just to give some color. And these, friends, these impatiens, they bloom all the way until the first frost comes, I'm telling you. And with these, friends, I think I'm gonna put these in 2 planters I have in the front. I think I'm gonna end up planting them with some hostas. If I do some, I share that video with you just to give some color with the hosta. I just have these 2 beautiful large containers. I just need to put something in there. So these will be perfect for that because they love the shade. And I just love the pop of pink here. And as I said, they bloom all the way into frost. All right, friends, and I have to digress here for a second. So Lowe's, they've been having their 2 for $10 sale, and they've been extending the sale, right? So these guys are 2 for $10, but in my area they do not have cornflowers as yet. So I had a girl stay with my BFF, so I said to her, you know, we have to stop at Lowe's. So I went to Lowe's, and that Lowe's, far from my house, really far, they actually have cornflower as part of their 2 for $10, and they have delphinium. And I'm telling you, when I got home, I'm like, I should have purchased a delphinium. Yes, because that's like an unusual plant to get the garden center. But anyway, so I wanted more of the white cornflowers. I only have few in the garden, so I just had to pick these up. And as you know, cornflower, they bloom summer into fall. They're a great pollinator attractor. These will get 16 to 20 inches tall and 12 to 16 inches wide. And they're non-hardy in zones 1 to 2. Cornflower is a must in your garden. If you don't have cornflower, friends, you have to pick them up. They come in all different colors, and they're just a great, strong, tough, drought tolerant pollinator attractor perennial you have to have in your garden. So I got these 2, and I went to the Lowe's next to my house, and I said to the guy, how come you guys don't have cornflowers? He said not until August time. And apparently, as you know, different Lowe's, they have different plants and all of that. So I'm hoping you guys find some unusual plants for the 2 for $10. All right, friends, so I just wanted to share my haul with you. I'm like so excited. And this year, as I said, I'm just trying to get more perennials in the garden, which I've been doing over the last few years. But I keep stressing to you guys, you can curate a beautiful garden on clearance plants. You don't have to break the bank, so to speak, or think, oh, I can't afford a garden, plants are too expensive. You can do so by seed. Let me go over here right there. See this is from the dollar store. This is Sweet William seeds. There you go, that's from seeds. You can do so from seeds. And these, friends, were from the clearance section maybe 5 years ago. These two Corabelle, this was from the clearance section too. This is a Montauk daisy. I'm telling you, almost all of my plants are from the clearance section. But I'm gonna be giving you a tour of plants in my garden, and I'm gonna name it clearance section plant tour so you could actually see it, okay? And I've been documenting this. I think I've been on YouTube for 2 years now, and I've been sharing all my hauls with you so you can actually see it, and I can inspire you guys to get out there and you can curate a beautiful garden on clearance plants, right? All right, friends, so enough talking there for me. But thank you guys for being here, and I'll do a video and show you where I'm gonna put these in the garden. I'm really excited about these plants. I really am, because these are some very unusual finds, especially in Clarence too, right? This early in the season. I don't know what's going on with Lowe's this year, but guess what? I'm not complaining. So I'll see you guys in the next one, and take care of yourselves now. Cheers.